Okay, so hi guys, welcome. It's good to see
Hello.
you.
Hi, thanks for having us.
I
Yeah.
am so excited and honored to have both of you on this call. You guys are amazing with just huge bodies of work and so much history and experiences that just blow my mind when I think about everything that you've done and seen. And I'm just fangirling right now, okay?
Thank you.
Thank
Um,
you. Thank you.
So let's start out. I kind of want you guys to share a little bit about who you are with our audience, and then we'll talk a little bit about the story and the spread that we have in our current issue. So let's
Okay.
start with you, April.
Well, before we start, I need to ask you, sell that hoodie, that shirt you have on. It's so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it's our 10 years of, so Pattern's been around for 10 years, and we made a little merch.
I love it.
Gold.
How can we get it?
Oh, I'll talk to the boss. I know the boss. We'll get a couple shipped out.
Cool.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So let's go back. I'm sorry. Ask that question again. I was just enamored by that shirt, so I had to ask.
Thank you. Just tell our viewers about who you are and what you're up to, and and then I'll ask a bunch of questions, and we can have this three-way conversation about how awesome you guys are.
Well, thank you for having us. I am April Walker, and I am a diehard Brooklynite. I love Brooklyn, longtime Brooklyn resident. I am a maker and creator of fashion, some say a fashion icon. I started a brand, one of the first brands called Walker Wear. It's a lifestyle brand, streetwear. And we started before there was a category of streetwear, and now it's a multi-billion-dollar business, and we're still here. We're still making it happen. We're still creating, and we still collaborate with a lot of great people like yourself.
Awesome. Thanks. What about you, baby? Well, I know. Oh,
The cat is destroying. Me just
I gotta take my allergy medicine. Just seeing it on the screen is making me
Just
start
seeing
to
it.
sneeze.
That's hilarious.
You knew that would happen. Anyway,
Those cats are attention mongers. I remember that from
yeah, they are. They're not in the limelight. Anyway, it's good. Now they're locked away, so it's all good. Anyway. So I am Janette Beckman. I'm a photographer. I started out in the kind of rebel punk rock era, taking pictures of bands and always the fans. So I've always been interested in street style as well as music, and that has it brought me here to New York, and I started documenting hip hop in 1983, pretty much photographed everybody.
Yes.
Anybody in the 80s, I think we could say, in hip hop.
Yeah.
From LL, Run, whatever, Salt and Pepper. And also my love of music and styles led me to get jobs working for brands like Levi's and Dior recently. So that's been like a really amazing thing. And now doing this shoot with you guys, it's been incredible.
Yeah. Tell us how you guys met, because I think that's kind of a fun story. Who wants to take that one?
Well, Janette doesn't know.
Uh-oh. We lost her. Hang on a second. Let's see if we can get her back. I'm going to pause this.
Well, I don't know, the black or the, I use
so many. Oh my God.
Where's April? We need April back. Because, here you go, April. So I don't know if you know this about Polina, but she always wears these little ears.
There we go.
One version or another.
Kitty
there
cat.
you go. Okay.
Yeah.
I was worried she didn't have them on. I was like, what's going on?
It's just like, wait, where are the cat ears?
Where are your ears? Anyway.
Now we get choice, you guys.
No, not the red ones. No.
No? What about
the
these
ones you have on are great.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're great because they don't take
the whole look.
Yeah.
All right. Where were we?
how we met. Okay, April, I'm going to leave this to you because it's such a crazy story. And I just have to say that April told me this story while we were doing a panel talk with Dapper Dan at 10 Corso Como last year. We were sitting there, you know, on this panel with all these people, and she suddenly comes up with this story, and I practically started sobbing. But anyway, go ahead. I'll try not to cry.
That's right. So it was many moons ago, and I was first started. I guess I was already bubbling, so to speak. And I was doing some work with Def Jam, and Russell Simmons was hiring me as a stylist to do, I don't know if it was Run DMC, it was some work I was doing. Janette was the photographer. And so he sent me, so where Def Jam was right on Broadway and right behind Tower Records, and then you go around, and Janette's studio was right on the other side of that, right?
Right.
And so I walked over there, and I just remember, number one, being shocked because it was a woman, and I was working with a lot of men at that time. Mm-hmm. And number two, she was just very, like she is now, just cool, like real laid back, real regular, just doing a thing. And she was working on some photography stuff when I came in, like just like she was being busy while she was talking to me. Yeah. And she was just vibing with me, asking me questions. And anyway, she asked me my price. And I think it was because I'm guessing sometimes with the photographers, when you do the shoots, you know, it's an all-inclusive, and sometimes it's separate budgets forever. So it was whatever. And so she was the woman in charge, right? So she asked me my price, and I told her. And I just remember her saying, real cool, if she paused, hesitated, kept doing what she was doing, and then she was like, something like, darling, you can never come down. No, she said, you can never go up, but you can always come down. So be mindful of that when you do your pricing. Something to that effect. Okay. But the nugget was there. It was like a punch me in my eye right there. You know, I was young, I was green, and I was just so like touched. Like I was humbled, but I was also like, wow, thank you. You know, in my mind, I don't think I said thank you because I was young and I was probably a little embarrassed, you know, and I just was like, but I was so thankful that somebody was calling me out, because she could have just said, okay, more money for me, you know, but she was putting me on, and that was real game that I took with me right from that day. And it's just helped me in so many ways. And I was always thankful, but it more than anything, it said the human being that she was versus just a great photographer.
Absolutely. No, I agree with you 100%.
That's a lot, April. But, you know, I mean, that being said, and April.
And the fact that you don't remember it, Janette, the fact that you don't remember it, that says everything. That was just you being in the moment and being who you were.
Well, you know, whatever. Yeah. I'm very happy that you remember that. It's amazing. And she sprung that on me in this panel talk. Dapper Dan sitting right there. And I'm like, I can't believe what I'm hearing. And then, you know, segue to like a month or so later, and we went to Dubai together.
Right.
For this Contact High show. And, you know, we were hanging out. We hadn't really hung out. We hadn't really hung out properly.
Right.
So we were there for, you know, almost a week. And then basically, you know, we went riding camels in the desert and all sorts of fabulous things, which I think April might send you a picture of. And we were just discussing how we need to hang out and work together and shoot together.
Yeah.
You know, after all this time, it was about time that we did it. And we, you know, both creative. We had a million ideas. And then you pop up with Rebels. And we're like, yes, this is it. It's the perfect triangle of creatives. So, you know, this is a very important moment for us.
I agree. Yes. I agree. I love the whole women supporting women. I think
exactly.
That, you know, Janette, you've always been so great about that. You know, you and I were introduced, and then you just kind of open your home and your studio to myself, to Pattern, to Esther, to all of our ragtag team to come and visit you at all hours of day and night. It's just been such a huge blessing. Really.
Hey, you brought me to Indiana to photograph the Indy 500. That was deep.
That's
We had a great time.
Yeah, that was definitely unique. Sorry about the bowling alley.
Yeah, well, that was hilarious, really.
Anyway, yeah, I love that this all kind of worked out. This was super organic and just worked so well. And I loved sort of following along with you guys, making the plans and doing the shoot. And you sent me some pictures, so I'm gonna pop them up here, and you can talk me through. I mean, it looks like you guys had so much fun doing the shoot. Talk a little bit more, April, about the brand. I know that you kind of restarted things in 2006 and you've been rolling along. What's been happening? I mean, the fashion industry right now is in such a huge turmoil. Do you find that that's affected what you're doing at all? Or like, what are your thoughts? I'm not an expert by any means, so it's very interesting for me to hear somebody who's in it.
right.
Thoughts.
My thought is that yes, it's going to affect the fashion industry and every other industry. I think that pretty much. I think photography will still be photography. You guys will be documenting a different history, though. I think the way we move forward is going to be different, you know. So right now, I think it's about a paradigm shift taking place in most industries and figuring out how to navigate in this new world that we're about to step into. For myself, in the immediate term, we've been working hard online to sell right now.
Okay.
And we're selling. I'm so thankful that we're selling more now than we were before the COVID. And so I think people are making a concerted effort to shop small right now. And that's what's happening. That's what I'm chalking it up to. And I'm just grateful for that. I pray that lasts, but I'm not banking on that because we're about to go into depression, you know. So in terms of fashion, I think if you're going to be in fashion for long haul, depending on where you're at, if you're in the 1% mark with targeting 1%, that's your thing. But for the masses, I think we have to think about the products we're selling, how we're selling them, and low-hanging fruit and what people can afford going forward. So I'm thinking in terms of retooling my product assortment right now, what that looks like. I'm thinking about what my stories are, being sensitive to my audience and what that looks like. I'm thinking about the marketing and how that's going to be moving forward and what that looks like. I'm thinking about also what I can do in every sale to give back right now. You know, so the hospitals, I'm having conversations with the hospitals. I'm trying to decide, is it like for everything you buy, you get a mask, or is it like a percentage of sales is going to this hospital, a percentage of sales going to Meals on Wheels, you know, those kind of things. So that's the way I'm thinking about my business, to not survive, but thrive. And at the same time, feel like I'm doing something bigger than just being inside of me. You know what I mean? Helping the community right now because we need it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally. Yeah, actually, Julie, my friend Julie Graham, and I just did a benefit for God's Love We Deliver. And we
nice.
just got a whole bunch of our photographer friends to donate prints. And on the first day, we sold almost half of them, which is great.
That's
Made a
amazing.
whole bunch of money. Yeah. And
I
got a ship them. They're over there right now. But yeah, I mean, you just got to do what you can do and use the tools that you have. And it's also about community, bringing people together right now. And
absolutely.
yeah, we're working on another one now. So
that's great.
Yeah.
We just hosted a wellness day, Walk Aware. We did a wellness day on not Sunday, but last Sunday. Janette, I should have told you, it was global. We did an online and we did yoga. It was a wellness day because people need the healing and the balance and the restoration. So we did a day with Zoom, and we did breathing, yoga, meditation, visualization, and meditation, right? So, and then what that looked like. So every hour was something different. And it was really, really well received. People were DMing me like, we needed this. So we went live on IG first, and then we would move it over to the Zoom sessions. And we had different trainers come in and just spend the day with everyone. It was awesome.
Great idea.
It was good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys sounds like you're coping really well. And I think that just comes from being doers, right? Like, you can't sit still. You got to figure out a way to make a difference. I love that.
Well, you got a lot of time to fill. I mean, as much as I love going out and taking pictures, when it started, I was out taking pictures of all the little signs and people in masks on the lonely streets. And then I'm just like, what am I doing? I'm all about taking pictures of people and their faces. And, somebody completely covered up with a mask is not really ringing my bell. So then you have to figure out something else to do.
Right.
That's good.
Absolutely. So let's dial it back to happier times. You guys had this shoot. I'm so glad we got it in.
Just in time.
Yeah, just in time. Exactly. So, okay. So talk to me about your models. You got some pretty cool people here. And then what you guys conceived, where did you shoot, and how did it all come together?
Well, April and I, we talked to you, got the idea for the shoot. We had it all down. And April, I have to say, is the most amazing producer. She had an incredible team, in makeup, hair, video, everything, the clothes, incredible accessories and everything. And we had spent a day walking around about a week or two before, walking around her neighborhood looking for locations. And we were pretty ready, right, April?
We were ready. We were ready because we had prepped and everything and discussed, like the creative energy and the vibe.
Okay.
So I think that it was just a matter of kind of like bringing together the creative vision. And I think me and Janette met. We actually went and got some pastries and coffee and walked the neighborhood and kind of vibed out and got a sense of where the common denominator would be with our creativity.
Sure.
Right.
And then we figured, like, let's just make it happen organically, like from there. And then the team itself, being that the theme was rebels, I wanted all of our team to be rebels, know.
Sure.
So, whether you were in front of the camera or behind the camera, I was very intentional about the people that were going to bring the energy that day and how that felt. And I think that is what we got, the rebels, everybody is. I was very specific about picking different generations because our brand is a lifestyle brand and we've been around 3 decades. And I wanted to show that, you never age out in a lifestyle. It just evolves,
Sure.
And then I wanted to show diversity. So you see just a bunch of different people and it's all different places, from Staten Island to Harlem to New York City. And we have icons in it. We have basketball stars there. We have New York City club promoters. We have fashion models. And we have some of the best MCs in that. So that, is, and then, the places we picked were just so New York, playground and all the different settings we did, the streets. We walked the streets because that's where the action is, right, Janette?
Absolutely. And it's not like, we didn't have a Winnebago with hair and makeup. We're just literally based in April's studio and we're just walking the streets. If we got to walk, we walk. And, you're walking on the street with Method Man. And then, people are coming up to him like that guy on the right-hand side there, hey, yo, man, I love what you do. And then he's like such a lovely guy, so generous to everybody.
There we go.
And it caused, Overtime Larry, when he appeared on that that wall and the kids in the playground next door spotted him, was like the Pied Piper. He went out and the kids, he was running around the playground. The kids were following him, going, "Overtime Larry, Overtime Larry." I mean, he's a huge star.
Huge.
Right, April?
Huge. Him and Chloe are like the young people, you know, because it's a basketball culture and you know how that is, and it's online, so it's an online platform. So Overtime just has a huge following. I think Kevin Durant is a partner in that company, and et cetera. But they've done a great job at really covering the gamut for the globe. And so, you know, as they travel the world, they have an audience, and it's a young audience, you know. And so they were really great to work with. I think they were both super humble, very flexible, and open to ideas. So it just, everybody on that shoot was the makeup, the hair, you know, everybody had their A game. They were, surprisingly enough, no one had an ego.
That's great.
You know? That's amazing.
It was surprising. And people came with their friends, but everybody was just so mellow and relaxed. I mean, I didn't, you know, like Method, I didn't know it was him because I'm not, you know, I wasn't really paying attention. And I'm like, who's this cool dude? And I was like, oh, shit, it's him. And he just fitted with the rest of the team, you know, and Milk.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that dude, Milk, since I took a picture of him in 1987 outside his studio. And he looks exactly the same, by the way, strangely. I don't know what he's doing, but you know, he's the producer he was the producer for MC Lyte, for one of my favorite, you know, rappers of all time. So
that's really
nice. I'm sending you a picture right now, Polina, of us, and you're gonna laugh when you see it.
Okay.
Because it speaks to the moment of what we were just talking about in Dubai.
So, April, so you know all these people. You've had relationships with them over the years, and they've been fans.
So some of them I have, and then some of them I have not. So like the makeup artist and the hair I met recently, just recently. And I received an award in Albany, and I met the hairstylist there. But she was super creative, and I got that right away, you know, just in meeting her. So we have just seen each other through Instagram, and I wanted to work with her because I knew her work. I saw it. And then she brought the makeup artist, who was amazing. And then my niece was an assistant makeup artist on that shoot. Nice. And she's a up and coming. So, and then, you know, everyone else, we had some behind the scenes photographers and camera people that just came and videotaped some behind the scenes stuff to just get some grassroots stuff to capture that energy. That energy that day, I can't stress enough. And I've done tons of shoots and videos. It was special because everyone, it just seemed like such a fluid day, right, Janette?
Totally. Yeah, we had a plan, but everybody just fit in, and you know, I think everybody was, you know, just into it, and it seemed like a real, I mean, there's something about hip hop as well, the hip hop vibe that brings this kind of sense of the love of hip hop and the culture and community. And it was there at that shoot. I just have to say, you know, everybody just brought their game, and, you know, it's just so great to see everybody sitting around chatting. And actually, we were in Dubai with Overtime Larry, which I think I know him because my intern from a few years ago it's like one of his best friends. So he always was bringing Larry around to our house when we were having these, you know, art shows and stuff at the loft. So I've known Larry for a long time, and now he's like a big superstar. And it was just so great. He was such great energy. You know, I thought everybody was amazing. Ben, my photo assistant for the day, he's really like my brother, and he's, you know, just hanging out, watching all the stuff and being, you know, super helpful.
That's awesome. I'm jealous.
That first picture you showed of Larry and Chloe, that was on the corner of Clinton and Fulton, and we picked that place because that's a train station right there in the bodega. But my first shop was in this neighborhood, and when you had to get off the train, that would be the train station. You would get off to come
Gotcha.
to the first shop. So,
Okay.
so we were intentional about some of the places.
We were trying to tell the story of Brooklyn,
Right.
really, and the neighborhood, as well as you and your brand.
Absolutely.
I have to say the cherry on the cake for all of that was when we were standing outside Spike Lee's shop and he came out. Oh,
there it is. Okay.
wow. Okay.
Hey.
Oh, that looks so cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, I'm trying to move the screen thing over. So that's the opening.
Nice.
Walking.
Nice.
That's dope.
Dope.
And then
all right. Beautiful.
Yes.
so we were trying to get as many pictures as we can, because I know that you said, there's so much history with your brand.
Right.
As you said, 30 years. We were,
Wow.
That is really cool.
Yeah, I love that.
That is a great spread.
Double exposure. That's so cool.
That is great. Good photoshopping, Polina.
That's great.
You've got the line to line up. I like that.
Sort of. Yeah, more or less. I'm looking
It's good. It's good.
Good.
Oh, wow. Oh, this looks amazing. Wow.
Yeah. This is making my heart beat like.
I know. Me too. It's put a big fat smile on my face. Wow. That's incredible.
So, yeah,
wow.
All kinds of things happening here.
I see. You mixed in the history well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love this.
Yeah, me too.
And then
nice.
Wow. That's everything.
Yeah. This is everything. Because everybody brings their own character and their own, I mean, you can tell the history through this one shot, really.
Absolutely.
That photo reminds me of like superheroes. Like if we were doing a Marvel series.
Yes.
Exactly.
What's your power, April?
An Avenger, a fashion Avenger.
All right. That's good. So good. And
Yep.
This is amazing.
And then it's like so huge, right? Like on the screen it's small, but this thing is like,
wow.
That's so cool.
Love it.
Polina, thank you. I'm so excited.
Me too. I just can't wait to get my hands on this.
I know. It's way better in person. Plus, you got the ink smell. I don't know if you guys like the smell of ink and paper.
Of course. And the feel of the paper. Your paper is always really beautiful. Because it has that kind of matte quality to it. That's
it's a beautiful magazine, Polina.
It really is. Love this. That is so great.
Yes.
That you did that. I would never have thought of doing this.
That's
really
so cool.
Brilliant.
You
Love
guys,
that.
it looks like you had so much fun doing this.
We did. We did.
It was just the energy that was created by all those people being, in the same place at the same time. And,
right.
What did we order for lunch? Like some kind of incredible fried chicken thing. And we were all just sitting around talking and eating. And then we got back to work. And like I said, the very end, after we took that solo picture of April in front of the Brooklyn sign, we were right by Spike's shop. So we just went and did a couple of shots. And who comes out of the store but Spike? And he's like, immediately puts his arm around April and her niece. And then I take a couple of shots. And then he just goes inside. And we were laughing, actually.
It was bizarre, actually.
It was just like a Brooklyn moment, I think we could say, right, April?
Absolutely.
There's definitely, I feel like Brooklyn has a sense of community that is kind of in a lot of ways similar to what we have here in Indy. Just sort of people popping out. A lot of people know one another because they've been living there for years and years and years. I kind of love that whole vibe.
I was so looking forward to coming to the launch party, and then this thing had to happen. That really bummed me out.
Yeah,
me too.
We're hosting a drive up, or
I saw that. That looked like it was cool. I love the concept.
Right, people pull it up, and we're bringing out the magazines. Here you go. Here's your copy. So
that's really cool.
That's brilliant. That's so brilliant.
We were trying to figure out how to do it better. Virtual kind of came up, but it's hard to do that when you have a tangible product that you're trying to get into people's hands.
Right.
So it ended up being that. So, but thankfully Saturday, it looks like it's going to be a perfect day. So I hope that we have a really good turnout and people pick up copies of this and share it with their friends and all that good stuff.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I'm so excited to
Me
have
too.
it in my hands and see.
I know, I can't wait.
You guys are so nice.
No.
It's going to be awesome.
Polina,
No, it looks
you
good.
know, I mean,
looks
how many
great.
things have we worked together? I don't know, 3 or something by now? 3,
Yep.
4. You always do it right. Patton is amazing. You have a great graphic sense, and you know that photos are important. And I think actually, you know, you really got the vibe of the shoot here.
Yeah.
Which is,
Well, I think that, you know, you do such a fantastic job capturing people, their personalities, and sort of like you said, the vibe, that for us, you know, the goal is always with your work to design around it and make sure that, you know, the imagery is what is front and center.
this is really funny. This double page is killing me.
It's good, right?
Really
You know,
good. I'm glad I didn't see it until now because it's so great to actually have that aha moment on Zoom.
It's honestly, it's so much better in person.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Our designer, Lindsay Hadley, killed it. You know, you gave her so much to work with. It was hard because, you know, we could probably make an entire issue from the shoot, but we only have so much space. It was like, which pictures do we pick? How do we decide? It went through a few stages for sure, but I personally am really happy with how it turned out, and I'm glad you guys like it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But you know, I mean, Polina, speaking as a photographer, you know, I've been doing it for a long time. It's rare to actually collaborate with the person that's doing your layout. Normally, you know, they're just like, you give them the stuff and then you hope for the best. Back in the day, I did a shoot for Condé Nast, and I traveled all over America doing shoots of women who, it was something to do with women who gave back. So I was like in DC, I was all over America. And then like 4 months later, I'm in the airport, I get this magazine, and they're like postage stamp size. I mean, literally, I'm like, I worked for like a week on this thing. This is what they've done. You know, so I'm so grateful to be able to collaborate with somebody who understands, you're a photographer, the meaning of it. It makes a huge difference, right, April?
Absolutely. Just creative energy. I always say energy feeds energy. So this is the perfect storm to create something great. And I think we did.
Yeah, agreed. I love that we were able to do this with you guys.
Well, with 3 fierce women.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's definitely a woman's story.
Well, ladies, I thank you so much for joining us. I think that our readers are really going to enjoy the story, and I know that people will definitely love getting to know April and her story, and our readers should be familiar with you, JB, but, you know, we love everything that you do, and, you know, it's always such a pleasure.
A legend.
Yep.
JB is a legend.
So you guys,
I mean,
you know what? We need to get together when you come to New York, and we're going to have some drinks, and we're going to celebrate.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh my gosh.
Over at my house, whatever you want. We'll make dinner and hang.
Yeah, I would love that.
That would be fun. That would be awesome. Thank you so much. Hang in there, guys. Hopefully everything will open up soon. I'm not going to say return to normal because I don't know if that's going to be the case. But certainly, hopefully you guys get out there and do what you do best. Love everything that you're doing. So proud to be on this call with you.
Thank you, Polina. Thank you,
guys.
Love.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.